Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. This is your brother Ayash Kabar from the GMS Virginia camp, coming at you with another lesson that I pray that you find edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And I'm going to go a little bit into this article and bring out some precepts because, we are definitely in those times of judgment. And everything that the scriptures say that you should do gives an example in real world in the real world to show you why the scriptures are faithful and true. So let me get into this. And the title of it reads, Dad kills 4-year-old son after boy asks him to leave the bedroom during an argument, the cops say. Reading on with the article, a Maryland father has been charged with murder after he allegedly shot his 4-year-old son in the head, killing him after the boy asked him to leave his mom's bedroom during an argument. Mark Jones, 30, has fatally shot Jacoby Jones in the family's home in Rosedale on the morning of Christmas Eve during a domestic-related assault. According to the Baltimore County Police Department, Jones also allegedly shot the boy's mother, Pramise Marshall, and her 1-year-old daughter before attempting to take his own life. The Baltimore police arrived on the scene around 6:35 a.m. to find the woman and the 2 children suffering from gunshot wounds. The 3 victims were transported to the local hospital where the boy was pronounced dead, BCPD officials said in a press release. The shooting stemmed from an argument between 2 adults, said police. Little Jacoby allegedly asked his father to leave the bedroom during the fight, which led to Jones grabbing the gun from his backpack and shooting him in the head. Jones then began to load the handgun magazine with bullets, according to charging documents obtained by CBS News. Their mother and the other children were all in the bed. The mother then heard the boom. And felt the back of her shirt get wet. Then she fell to the floor. She stated that Jones shot her son and then shot himself. A firearm registered to the suspect was found by the police at the scene. Jones survived and was taken into custody and is being held without bond, the police said. He was charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, child abuse, and assault. Jacoby's mother told WBAL that the little boy had been excited to open his Christmas gifts before he was killed that morning. He kept trying to open the presents, but I would tell him, "You've got to wait till Christmas," Marshall recalled, and he never got to open those presents. So it boils down to straight judgment at the end of the day. That's why the scriptures say, meddle not between a man and his maid, And this is just an example of how bad it's going to get, whereas a father would actually take the life of his own son. Because very soon you're going to see sons take the lives of their fathers. You're going to see families divided. You're going to see wars within the family, period, point blank. Why? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said that these things will happen. So a lot of people, even though, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people have read this article, you know what I'm saying, and they feel, you know, a way towards the family. Nonetheless, it all boils down to judgment. It all boils down to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, the love of many is waxing cold. You know, a lot of men, or a lot of people that I should say, are not going for the bullshit that they once went for. A lot of people walking around are on a very short fuse. That's why the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time. You know, you see confrontation going on in front of you, knowledge and wisdom would tell you avoid that, get away from that. You know, don't just walk into confrontation when you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that sentiment. A great judgment is going to be brought forth amongst a lot of these women. A lot of these women are going to be dealt with on levels that they've never dealt with before. And you're going to get men getting involved with women that they don't even know. You're going to have men preventing, or how can I put this? You're going to have men getting into the businesses of other men, you know, and being put to death for it, because the scriptures say not to come in between the man and his maid. But a lot of these simps don't understand that. A lot of these men don't understand that. But inevitably, at the end of the day, some will and some won't. You know, because it's about to get bad out here. You know, it's about to get so bad out here that the best thing for you to do is to just mind your fucking business and keep it moving. Worry about, you know, what you need to worry about. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to protect the elect. But, you know, these 2/3, you know, just keep it moving. You know, don't get involved with what they got going on in the world. The Lord tells you that. Think not about how the unrighteous will be saved. Think about how the righteous might be saved. You know, just paraphrasing. You know, and that's going to have to be your mindset, because a lot of people ain't going to be on your level in that day. You know, in the days to come, a lot of people are just going to be out there. You know, and the judgments are just going to go forth. The book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. There'll be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. Yeah, you know, what this father did, you know, he had the spirit of vengeance upon him. You know, and quite honestly, he laid it upon his own son. You know, these things are written for our learning. These things are written for us, you know, to use as an example. Because the day is coming where it ain't going to matter if you are a child, a boy, or a grown man. You know, you're liable to be put to death for anything that you say, or put to death for anything that you get involved with that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Even if it does have something to do with you, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of your times in terms of how to deal with those things that you may encounter. You know, because at the end of the day, we're walking into a betterment age. We're walking into a battlefield where there are more people who don't believe in Yahweh Yahushua than that do. So we have to be very circumspect on how we do things and how we move and what we do around people. We got to be very circumspect, because your movement can trigger a flag amongst the people. So a lot of times you got to act stupid. You got to act dumb. You got to act as though you're a certain way when in fact that you're not. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai has given us a gift, on how to move in the world. He explained to us what we need to do. Follow not a riot to do mischief. We have that understanding. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destructions they pour out their force. And that Father laid his vengeance upon his Son. And what the Father did was he appeased the wrath of him that made him. Yahweh Shem Yahushua put the Spirit upon that Father to do what he did unto his Son. So now his Son in the spirit world, thinking that maybe he should have just kept his mouth shut. But all these things are meant for our learning. Regardless of how small it is meant for our learning. Because in the times to come, it will benefit you to mind your business. Can two walk together except they be agreed? You're not going to be able to walk with anyone who doesn't have the same faith as you do in the faith of Yahweh Shai that you do. Fire and hail and famine and death, all of these were created for vengeance. The teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And his Father used the sword to punish his Son. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might sit back and say, well, he was just a little boy, he didn't deserve that. Well, you didn't know what that young man or that child did in his previous life to deserve a judgment like that. You don't know what that child did. And quite honestly, that child could have done nothing but have been an example of what not to do. So we don't know. But at the end of the day, it's all the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Their Father used the sword to punish his own Son. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth. That spirit was ready to do what it needed to do, when it needed to do it. When need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. And when that Father needed, and when that spirit needed to do what it needed to do, it did it. It did not go back on the commandment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Well, Lord, it is a little boy. I don't want to do this. No, not at all. That spirit did exactly what the Lord wanted it to do. That man did exactly what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua commanded him to do in the spirit. And that man fulfilled it in the flesh. And these are the things that a lot of people just can't comprehend. Because a lot of these people are sick at the end of the day, because they don't repent. They haven't repented. And most of them just won't. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, you got to be circumspect of what's going on. You have to be very mindful of what we're walking into during the times of Jacob's trouble. We have to be very mindful of these things, because you can be in the middle of it, I'll close out on this. The book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil, and hideth himself. A prudent man, a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is going to see the evil coming. And he's going to hide himself. How is he going to hide himself? You know, he's going to make Yahweh Hashem Yahushai his fortress. You know, he's going to lean on the Lord to protect him in that day. But the simple pass on and are punished. That little boy was simple, getting involved with the matters of, you know, in the matters of his parents, which is what he shouldn't have done. But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, you see that a lot these days. You know, you see a lot of kids out here who are thinking that they're grown, who actually think that they have the authority to tell their parents what to do. You know, and that's far from the fucking case. So a lot of people are going to be heart-wrenched over the fact that, you know, a little child was put to death. But at the end of the day, it was the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, let me see if I want to get a little bit more of this article. Yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more. The agony and the pain I feel is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. The grieving mother wrote in a post of the GoFundMe campaign. Grieving the loss of my son has been the most unbearable thing I've ever had to deal with. Well, you have no idea what's coming down the pipe. You have no idea of how much more you're about to lose. Because we are definitely in a time of Jacob's trouble, and we're definitely in a time of judgment going out in the earth. You know, and this article is just one of many that shows how judgment is going on out here in the earth. You know, Marcel created the fundraiser to raise money for the boy's funeral expenses. It has raised just over $36,000 by Monday morning. So a lot of these people read the article, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, they felt the way of sympathy and they gave, you know, to bury the boy. On Christmas Eve at 6:30 a.m., myself, my one and only son, and my daughter were shot by the hands of their father, she wrote. Yeah, right, you know what I'm saying? The father had a demon on him. You know what I'm saying? The father had a spirit of vengeance on him. But you don't understand that because you're of the world. You know? I was shot in my head, and I am fortunate enough to be here to tell this story so that my 1-year-old daughter, who was shot in the shoulder, unfortunately, my son was shot in the head and did not make it. So you look at your making it through this ordeal as being a fortunate thing, but you have none understanding of the fact that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai preserved you for something else. Albeit it's something greater or it's something more evil. But at the end of the day, judgment is going forth. You know? Judgment is going forth, and a lot of you people are about to reap judgment, whether it be righteous or wicked. Nonetheless, judgment is going forth. There's a prize for the righteous. You know, immortality, rulership, a crown. That's for the righteous. But, you know, you 2/3, you're just going to get it. So, yeah, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a time for judgment. You know, this is a time for judgment. You know, so don't be confounded when you start seeing death going on in the world. You know? And so with that, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makah, Quadash, double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.